We're continuing with our 10 commandments. I think we're on number 5, but we'll do a quick recap. We're continuing with our grand rising, beautiful people. Welcome to the house of OFC, where we get together on a weekly basis just to have that spiritual conversation, to uplift each other spiritually, mentally, emotionally, vibrationally. This is I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to come and participate and to share with you all and from the members of the community. I am Pharaoh Hamid-Freeman, the founder and director of the OFC, which is the One Full Circle community where we're dedicated to serving as a bridge and uniting individuals, businesses, and organizations who share the same values and who want to come together to build something solid, not just for us right now, but for our future generation. Myself, I'm a spiritual coach, and it's my pleasure to make myself available to answer any kind of spiritual questions people might have, and just to build. If you have questions, I have answers, and I'm grateful for being here. Next, Sister Taja, how you doing, Queen?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much. I am doing great. I am feeling
good. Thank you. Want to bless us with a quick intro?
Good. Yeah, I am Taja Love Oracle, and I am here to be a spiritual guide to you, helping you through every obstacle that life has to offer, lifting the veils of life, and helping you see that you are the key to everything that you want to accomplish. So you guys can hit me up on everything, TajaLoveOracle.com, and every platform is Taja Love Oracle, and I look forward to meeting you and seeing you and connecting with you. Thank you.
Amen, amen, amen. Ashe, Brother Ibrahim, if you bless us with an intro.
Hi, Grand Prix, Grand Rising. My name is Ebohon Idoneje II, aka Connections. I am the international ambassador for Montreal Autism Community Lions Club, program director, co-founder of and owner of United Explorers Special Needs Program here in Montreal, and we create a leadership program to bring communities together, love, celebration, support, and all of that stuff. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Amen. So guys, what to expect for today? We are doing where it's a continuation. We've created a little mini series here where we're talking about the 10 Commandments. So what we'll do is we'll start off with a musical clip. No, actually, we usually start off with some kind of video clip.
Yeah, sorry? musical clip, and then go into the video like in a message, from yes.
Thank you, my brother. Tell you guys one of these mornings to
say. You should have invited us to that party, man. Damn, some good food. Wow,
Guys,
it's right now, but okay.
I didn't even know I had it in me, guys. I did not have it. In fact, I did not have it in me. I'm just gonna be 100. I don't know where it came from, but boy, am I feeling it right now. But so we're gonna start off with a musical selection. We do a musical selection, then we'll play a little motivational clip. I'll see what kind of motivational clip we can find, and then we'll give some quick announcements, and then we'll continue on the conversation on the topic. If you're an OFC member and you're watching us on YouTube, you are invited and more than welcome to join us in Zoom if you want to join in the conversation, or you could chat directly into YouTube and we could respond to you there as well. And that's basically that will be the day. So let's dive in. So first we'll play this track. So thank you, Brother Ibrahim, for blessing us with yet another one.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put it on now. I'm gonna share my screen. Of course, we'll do a sound and audio check because all right, that there. Tell me what you guys are seeing, what you're hearing. Are we seeing my screen?
Yes, and we can hear it.
And we can hear it. Beautiful.
Yeah, man. We need to sanitize. We need to sanitize. We need to sanitize. Oh, we need to sanitize. We got to purge out them tricking in leaders. Don't let all them one make we follow. Set out to deceive, so them cause them masses sorrow. From and put money for bank, him lack the chance to borrow. Earthly people got to know. Look at revolt busted the rig election. Try to point the people in a negative direction. The battle line is drawn, so my people know despair. Rise up on your feet, don't you have no fear. We need to sanitize, oh Africa. We need to sanitize, American. We need to sanitize, European. We need to sanitize. We got to punch out them chicken in leaders. Australian, don't let them politics deceive us. Nation, we need to sanitize. You know God's to criticize. It took a while, but we had to realize the government is like the devil in disguise. Liberate your mind, open your eyes. See the light that the maker us him begins to shine. Look at revolt busted the rig election. Try to point the people in a negative direction. The battle line is drawn, so my people know despair. Rise up on your feet, don't you have no fear. We need to sanitize, oh Africa. We need to sanitize, American. We need to sanitize, European. We need to sanitize. We got to punch out them chicken in leaders. Australian, don't let them politics deceive us. Nation, we need to sanitize. You know got to criticize. To see children when they cry, tired to see leaders when they lie. They take one man head and then take another man, then knock them together and it lead to them war. Lead to them war. We need to sanitize. We need to sanitize. We need to sanitize. We got to punch out them chicken in leaders. Australian, don't let them politics deceive us. Nation, we need to sanitize. You know got to criticize.
Blessings. That was awesome. And we'll roll into the video. Now, I want you guys' opinion. There's two clips I looked at that I found this interesting. One was the original 10 Commandments. It's about a 6-minute clip, give or take, 6 or 7 minutes. And it's where he originally received the 10 Commandments. But then I also have the clip, again, it's another 6-7 minutes when we, play it properly. That is post creating the tablets, where he got upset and he broke the tablets. And which clip do you guys feel is more fitting? Where we got the commandments, or after the fact when he broke the commandments?
When he broke
When he broke it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say when he broke it because, there's a key factor to that, and I've been thinking about it all week. So.
Yeah. Good. Okay. So we're going to play that one, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the musical selection, and we'll talk a little bit more about this, what we're going to play. All right. So hold on. Let's share screen. This is always fun. Okay. Where am I now? Share screen 2. And audio. There we go. Okay, quick visual and sound check. Are we seeing my screen and hearing sound?
Yes.
Beautiful, thank you.
The light of God shines from you, Moses. Do not kneel to me, Joshua. These tablets of stone, the writing of God, His 10 Commandments. There is a noise of war in the camp.
It is not the noise of war. It is the noise of song and revelry. In the sight of God, you are not worthy to receive these 10 commandments.
We're gathered against you, Moses. You take too much upon yourself. We will not live by your commandments. We're free.
There is no freedom without the law.
Whose law, Moses? Yours? Did you carve those tablets to become a prince over us?
Who is on the Lord's side? Let him come to me.
The people need me, He showed you no land flowing with milk and honey. I show you a God of gold. Come with me. Follow me.
Blasphemers, idolaters, for this you shall drink bitter waters. God has set before you this day his laws of life and good and death and evil. Those who will not live by the law shall die by the law.
The Lord's anger was kindled against Israel. And to prove whether they would keep his commandments or no, he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years, until all the generation that had done evil in the sight of the Lord was consumed. But Moses' eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated. And he went up from the plains of Moab unto the mountain of Nebo, and the Lord showed him all the land that was beyond the river Jordan.
The Lord was angry with me because I disobeyed him by the waters of strife. And he said unto me, Behold the new land with thine eyes, for thou shalt not cross over this river Jordan.
Then I shall stay.
I am called by the Lord, Sephirah. I go alone.
Look, Moses, the people have come to the river Jordan. In the ark they carry the law you brought them. You taught them not to live by bread alone. You are God's torch that lights the way to freedom. I love you.
Joshua. Joshua, I charge you and strengthen you, for you shall go over Jordan to lead the people. As for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord. Merit, give me the books. Eleazar, set these 5 books in the Ark of the Covenant by the tablets of the 10 Commandments, which the Lord restored unto us. Proclaim liberty throughout all the lands, unto all the inhabitants thereof.
All right. So it was written, so it shall be done. So many layers to that. So many layers. I took all kind of notes in that short little clip. All right. So we are back. So yeah, there's levels there, guys. There's levels. So
I love that level though.
so just before we dive into the topic, just quick announcements. On this side of the world, the only thing we have that we're, in terms of pressing is just a reminder that on a weekly basis, we have the OFC Weekly, where we get together every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. to get together as a community, to network, to promote, to ask for help, and to offer help. So it's just a reminder, guys, that we have that going on every single week. And we've recently launched the pre-pilot of the OCCA program, where we're supporting 250 business owners to generate $4 million in revenue over the next 4 years. So we're building with entrepreneurs within the community. You want more information, or reach out to the OFC, and it'll be a pleasure to get you involved. So that's it on this side. And any updates and stuff going on you guys' end?
I'll let you go first if there's anything.
No major updates.
Okay.
I'm fighting the good fight.
That's nice.
So
That's nice. Yeah. On our end, I'm glad to say that all our tickets for Love Bowl and all lanes is sold out. So everything is sold out. Sold out. However, the doors are still open to parents and families that want to come in and spend a good time. We have other games, available prizes to be won. So come in and experience the power of neurodiversity. What it does, it brings people together. On that note, I would like to throw into, I love family. So whenever I go into anybody's family, be whatever race or whatever they come from, it's always love and unity that I bring into that family. So with regards to our family being Black family, brown family, I think it's past time that we begin to embrace, I call them our angels, our neurodiverse children. We have to embrace them, because there's so much gift that God has instilled in these children that needs to be explored and understood. And when we start doing that, we'll start seeing major healings in our community. We should start beginning to love these children. So that's what I'm shouting out to. So come to Love Bowl, February 15th. Come have fun and come connect.
Give thanks, and thank you, brother. Thank you for what you're doing in the community. I think that it's huge, and it's huge being able to create that bridge. And thank you for sharing. So now, as we are diving in, so first off, the music that we listened to, Brother Ibrahim, can you give us a little background on what we listened to?
So the music Sanitize is from Message, as in MESS space age. Message is message, and Message happens to be my mom's last baby, our last born in the house. And he has been singing since he was 2 years old and still singing till today. He's somebody who's deeply, deeply, deeply spiritual, like, to the deep depth of the root of Africa. So believing in being brown, believing in unity, looking for the Africa, like, living as the Africa that is united. And I'm echoing.
Yeah,
okay,
no, sorry about that.
So he's highly spiritual, like, of Christ, and all his songs are dedicated to that, for the betterment of the world. And this song Sanitize was he sent me a message this morning, actually, a text message saying that the Sanitize came as a vision one afternoon in December 2013, and it was recorded 2014. So 6 years before the pandemic. So the point he was saying before this happened is, before the pandemic, every soul needs in the universe needs to cleanse themselves, sanitize themselves from their past, to get to understand the present, and which is the greatest gift of God. So it's the music came out 6 years before, and these things began to happen in the world. So it's an opportunity for us to cleanse ourselves spiritually from all the nonsense, and actually embrace the presence of God in the present here now, so we can move forward as a people. So that's what the song's all about. Yes. So yeah.
Deep, beautiful, my brother. Wow. Thank you, and
Yes.
thank you to your brother for sharing that with us. That is awesome. Now, as we transition even now into the clip that we had just watched, yeah, I feel it did speak. There was volumes to it. There's a couple. There was some questions that came to my mind. But Sister Taja, what's the first thing that comes to your spirit once you see that clip concerning him breaking the Ten Commandments? And to me, what hit really hard was die by the law. You don't live by the law, you're gonna die by the law. And to me, I felt that was something that was some next level stuff there. But I was like, let let me see what you had in mind, and we'll go from there.
Well, I definitely agree with him there because you're either living by I am or you're dying by I am.
Hmm.
Right? I am at peace, you're living by it. I am unhappy, you're dying by it.
Hmm.
Law said that when you are not fulfilling those commands within yourself, then you're either going to live by it or you're going to die by it, one way or the other. Because here's the thing, there's an end goal here. Everything that's born will go. Like
Go.
that's an inevitable.
Yeah.
So you're not living by the laws and you're not living by the truth, then you're literally destroying yourself with the same thing.
Mm.
A lot of people that instead, and you can see that, the people who wanted to go with the commandments were actually being held back by the people and trying to be convinced by the people who wanted to stay in that worldly nature. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of the times, the people around you, your friends, your neighbor, could be your own children that actually start to hold you back in your journey into moving in that space. You see what I'm saying? So when he broke those commands, it just showed me that we were given them, but we never had enough respect to even hear them.
All right.
We never even had enough respect, like, because when the Ten Commandments was given, they were spoken out as he was writing them onto the tablet. But the people never got the tablets.
True.
This is the big part. I think we try to live by something that wasn't inherent in us. And then you had to live in the desert for that time, those 40 years. You had to, basically, that was a time of being able to wipe out generations.
Right.
So that seed, that last seed that was there, would be the one that we would be able to replant and start to grow something new with, like kind of like the Great Flood. You see what I'm saying? But those generations of ideology, those generations of not loving yourself and all of those things, they had to go. And so if you're not going to live by it, you're going to die by it, one way or the other.
Well said, brother. Man, did you have a
Yeah,
perspective you wanted to share?
yeah. When I saw that video, that video actually is from way back. That was the original, the Ten Commandment that I grew up watching. That particular.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Christmas.
So
I know.
yeah, yeah, So like, wow, like what imagery can do, like, So what I saw is just basically the whole planet
Mhm.
today. So we are still where now things are changing. God, great. But it shows the mind, the mentality of people. Like you see, behind the sun, you have energy behind the sun. Like seeing the sun is one thing, and seeing the image of the sun is one thing. But getting the understanding the heat and the nutrients that come through the energy is something else. So I understand Moses came down. It's the same thing. So imagine people who have gone with Moses and they have seen seven different wonders of God, and they saw with their own eyes the pattern of the ocean, so to say. That could mean many things. Could be mind, could be anything, could be what. But you've seen God open the way for you, like directly. You have seen God, like, bring down hails and bring down everything. And just in a small time, these people, they change and they go back to their ways.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand Moses was mad. Like every prophet that has come in and continue to come into this world, they bring messages. People just look at the image and don't get the message. So this, what's happening is a deep psychological, spiritual thing that is going on. That Moses went up, brought the law down, and people who have seen with their eyes, yet in no time they revert back to their ways. So what is preventing people from actually getting the message behind? Same thing with Malcolm X, same thing with Martin Luther King. These guys came and they laid bricks down. Everybody's obsessed with the image and what this. Nobody's getting the message. That's what Eddie Griffin said. Does it matter who brought the post? Did you get the message? Because once you get, it's the same thing. What has been done 1,000 years ago is the same tactics that's being used today. That you have a truth before somebody's face, but they cannot see what the truth is because something has been done so deep inside that it's all imagery. There, hence, it said, "Thou shalt not worship any image." Don't worship any image. God is spirit. So God loves those who worship him in spirit. So if a person who's in spirit gets the message and can interpret it many ways. So that's why I saw, like, the whole world where we are at and why it's so difficult, like, people to actually embrace the truth because they don't understand what it is. Yeah.
Well said. I resonate exactly what you guys are saying. Like when I take that in, what comes to my mind is again how humanity we need to see something physical to feel comfortable. So that them creating that graven image is because it was easier for them to worship this calf that was made by man. It was easier for them to put their trust in that, despite the fact that they've seen all the wonders, they've seen all type of things happen prior. So for me, again, it was really a reflection of that. And that the whole aspect of understanding the word, like you had said, Taj, at the beginning, I had interpreted it the exact same way, is that the word is the word, regardless if you understand it or not, it's going to do a thing. So if, like, even if you don't understand the power of your tongue and the power of your intention, you speak negatively about yourself, you're going to get it, even if you don't understand how it works. Like that's just that's how it works. Like, so it's like you let the word empower you or have the word destroy you, but the word is like it's going to be that, like, your word is going to be bonded, your word is going to be what's going to create. So that's not, I interpreted it just like that. And the only thing that I find very interesting is that 40 years of wandering. I see it as how they kind of told the story of what would happen to humanity, like the time it would take us to get back to a certain level of consciousness. The way they interpret it is like it's a negative, like they're saying that, look, it's because of your sins is why you're going to go through this whole cycle. But there's a part of me that just feels like that's just a part of what is. Like it's like there's a, hold on. Are you guys hearing a second thing? It's like as I'm speaking.
Yes, I am. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, I am.
where that's coming from. Okay, hold on. But yeah, I'll try to see. Okay, wait, I'm gonna mute you guys while I'm talking, see if it's coming from echo that I'm creating. Test, test, test. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if that helps. But yeah, so basically, so how I had interpreted that is just the 40 years is the time that it took for humanity to go through a certain cycle to be prepared for the next wave. So it's not, I just didn't interpret it as a negative. Like I just interpreted it as like that was just part of what had to happen for us to be able to get to a certain point. So that was just my only, little thing there. I'm like, well, I could see how they would say, it's because of your sins is why you're not going to get to the promised land. I just feel it was just a matter of time. Like there's a certain process we have to go through before we could get there.
Yeah, and I look at that 40 years and I look at that 400 years and it kind of correlates. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that we had or needed to go through all of that negativity, but it did awaken us to ourself. And that's what the whole principle is. And when you lose yourself and you forget the power of who you are, then you start to get controlled by the world. And then once you start to get in control by the world, then you start having graven idols. And here's the thing, those idols now can come in anything. That can come in you putting up your house to go to a Beyonce concert. That could, you understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Crazy, yeah.
It's like right now that would literally lose their minds if I would have talked bad about one of these people. And they eating poo just like regular people. You know what I'm saying? They got flaws. Got a little eye booger like me. They got a little, you know what I'm saying? They regular folk. They probably got a little BO. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody, be a little taught. You know what I'm saying? You got billions of dollars, your breath still stink. Like, these are the elements where it's like you're putting somebody up on these high pedestals. And so we have made not only, our entertainers, we've also made religion, we've made a lot of things idealistic, and the things that we worship and the things that we put all of our energy into, instead of actually using the power that we were given and utilizing within ourselves. We were the house, we were the building, we were the church, we were always it. We've been putting it out in the outside world, looking for something when it's right inside. So
Yeah,
Well said.
I'm gonna add to that. Just something very short. So this is a message to our family and like our family at large. You have to pay attention to what's beneath to understand that which is sin. See, if you look at a tree, what you see is the physical tree. But people who are in spirit, they understand what's underneath the tree. They strive for what's underneath. So before, when I said that people see things and they still adhere to their ways, to make change, it's not easy. To make change, you have to listen to what's underneath. So everything that's underneath explains what is sin. So if we as a people we're facing what we're facing right now, it's not because on the surface that's what is underneath that. Is they say understand what's underneath it, the goal of what's underneath that which is not sin. So the question is not I pay attention to I pay more attention to what I don't see than what I see. The feeling, I go by feelings and by body discernment. So if you close the eyes, actually you see more. If you close the eyes to physical reality, then you can actually perceive more. So yeah, you got to understand what's beneath to understand what is seen.
Wow. Wow. Close your eyes so you can see more.
Yes.
Jeez. Okay.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
let me open back up. Thank you, brother, for blessing us with that. So let's look. Let
Okay.
me do a quick share. Oops, not that screen. Hold on. This is my Discord. I got a gazillion things open on here. Okay, there we go. You guys seeing the commandments? The purple commandments?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. So we had left off. So just to recap, we did 1 to 4 last week. So you shall not have no other gods before me. You shall not make idols. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. That's where we had ended off. And now we are at honor your father and your mother. And I find it's interesting because the first four commandments could like have different interpretations. Well, they all could be misinterpreted in any kind of way. But I find this next series of commandments are very straightforward. Honor your father and mother, don't steal, don't like so they're very straightforward, but there's still levels to it. So Sister Taja, I'll let you take lead. So we're looking at honor your father and your mother. What is you guys' interpretation? Sister Taja, the floor is yours.
well, when I look at that energy of honor your mother and your father, right? A lot of people just only look at it in your earthly mother and father. The mother's womb that you came from, that, the donor that created you into this world, that mother and father energy. But that's one level of respect that you're supposed to have. Because now, if you truly honor your mother and your father, then you will be honoring your spirit, because that is your father, that is the very breath that you breathe, and you'll be honoring your mother, which is your flesh, because it's a duality. The one thing that you get when you come here is a breath. The thing that you give back when you leave here is a breath, but you don't get to take this with you. This stays here with your mother. You understand? This earth, because guess what? We're all just bones and ashes, and it's just gonna go right back here. We bury it in the ground, we burn it in a crematory, but however we do it, this right here stays here. So this is your mother. This is your flesh, right? And if we look at it in the earthly mother and father element, right? The mother houses the child. The child comes through. It is connected to the mother. It is so deeply connected to the mother that, I mean, the dad, if he's not there for that 10 months of that process, that baby's still going to manifest itself, right? So and then when that baby's born, you see now after the baby's born, now you get to see the connection between the mother and the father. Before that, you don't even know if it's your baby. Before that, you don't have a clue, but we're sure who the mother is. This is where the earth, we are sure that everything that we have comes from this. Everything, your car, your house, your clippers, your cup, everything comes from this mother. Just as the same as the earth woman. And so when we honor our mother and we honor our father and we honor that balance, then this is where the Native Indian will show you that you can honor the land, make sure that you cultivate it, make sure you take care of it, make sure that you nurture it so it could always feed you. You don't take advantage. There's so many different elements to honoring your mother and your father, because when you disrespect, when you move a certain way, you can see. And so, I got my commandment shirt. I washed it, y'all. I didn't just put on a dirty shirt again, okay? All right, I did my laundry, okay? All right. So the number 5, to tie in with that one is no one owes you anything. If you don't go and get it, you don't have it. It's if you're not going out there and doing the work, if you're not doing the honoring, if you're not doing the loving, if you're not doing the trusting, if you're not doing the work, you'll never have it. And your mama and your daddy, they started you off. They gave you the foundation. Now honor them by living it.
All right, dope. I like it. Brother Ibohan, yeah.
Yeah, so like 100% on God is spirit, mom is the body. 100% on that. And from my perspective again, like that's the difference between seeing things like, blessed are those who are able to know that they're born of spirit and to discern things in a spiritual psyche, to really understand. Then you get the real message, because father and mother are really the spirit. And once again, we have to see what's beneath to actually understand what's been seen, because most people they don't think, they don't come from the spirit. They cannot understand that, okay, they take it as just a physical thing. When you ascend to the spiritual plane and you say, okay, God is spirit, and then mom is the body I'm in, which falls back to love yourself with all your heart, love God, and then love your neighbor as yourself. You see that from that core, it affects even physical mom and dad inside the house. So when you get the answer in spirit, it vibrates through all stratas, all realms of life. So like not the physical part, not that part. So this is what I say too. And everything evolves. iPhone 1, iPhone 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everything evolves. But the only thing that is held in one point is things like, okay, this must be I'm talking from a physical point now, also spiritual. Physical point is the only thing that cannot evolve is the human mind. And I, as for one, believe that the human mind is the ultimate computer when it's online, when it's connected online to the spiritual. It becomes online. So commandments must evolve. So commandment, and that's why it evolved from 10 commandments to the point where Jesus Christ said that, you know what? With all your heart, you must love God, and then love your neighbor as yourself. If you follow that, everything else is just bullocks, everything just falls apart. People don't, that's the point, because to love the spirit of God is the spirit sister was talking about, and to love the mother is the flesh. So when you truly love those things, then you see like you just truly understand you love everybody else, so that's what it is. Yes.
Thank you for sharing that. And it's it kind of speaks to how I interpreted it. When I interpreted respect thy father and thy mother, I always interpreted it as duality. male and female. So it wasn't necessarily just specific to mom and dad. I saw it as honoring the duality of everything, honoring the male and female entities that you have within yourself, honoring and understanding the quote unquote positive and negative. Everything is balanced. So that's when I looked at it in terms of honor your father and your mother. It was understand and respect the duality of what is life. Like that's how I interpret it. It's like a little bit outside the boxes.
Yeah, if I may add to that, like I think there was a conversation I had about 5 years ago with somebody from deep down in Africa, and like regarding our ancestors and the ways of our ancestors. So we're talking. So I told them, like I told him then, like you know what, if our ancestors got, I think if they got the message, understood like the need to be united, which we're doing right now. They have lots of attributes and praise. They didn't do that. It's our turn now to do this, to really to really make this change. If they got it right, then we'll be on a different phase of life right now. But it's us, for some reason, that's here to do it. So it is very important for us to, as people, to understand what God has given to us and to glamorize what God has given to us, because lack of understanding makes lack of respect for God. See, God and the mom are one and the same. The only reason the earth produces fruit to eat is because the spiritual consciousness and this body, they merge as one, and the earth produces fruits all the time. So a spirit, a person, a spirit, a mind that is also a part of that family will only get blessings and protections, and that's what it is. So now we're getting the message. We must think in spirit all the time. We must think in spirit. Then you understand what is sin.
Thank you. Okay, let's continue. So hold on, let me share again. So the next commandment is going to, you shall not murder. So I guess you shall not murder, thou shalt not kill, all within the same. This is it might come across straightforward, but there's levels to this, deep levels. So Sister Taja, the floor is yours. What's your take on it?
There is deep levels to this. Now, I could take it in the sense of the flesh, thou shalt not, as far as taking a brother or a sister's life, you know what I mean? I can look at it in the sense of, animals and, right? But here's the thing. One of the biggest things that we destroy every single day and that we commit murder to every single day is ourselves. It is our own minds that we kill our dreams. And so when that energy comes through, it's not just, for me, it's not just a physical thing, but it's also a spiritual thing. Because when you use fear over faith, you literally, you kill the dream. If I gave you the dream for this cup right here, and then you're like, oh no, you know what, I'm not sure, I don't got the money, I don't this, I don't that, and you put all this stuff, and you take this idea for this cup, you killed it.
You killed it, yeah.
Killed it. You see what I'm saying? And that energy right there is something that we're literally giving ourselves those debts every day. So it's not just only the outside physical world, but it's also the little debts and the little kills that you put in every single day with your words, with your thoughts, and with your actions. And so in the name of do not eradicate anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't kill a dream, don't kill a desire, it's not just only the physical, but it's also the mental, and it ties into that spiritual aspect, because when you kill the spiritual and you turn yourself off, that's why, there's a line that says, let the dead bury the dead, because you're already in a state where if I come to you as your sister and you're like, yo, I got this dream, and I start pop, 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 pop. Guess what I just did? I just took a life. I just wiped out something that could have been something great for the whole entire planet. It could have been great for millions.
Mm-hmm.
But when I kill you, I kill everything.
Mm.
This is where within yourself, don't destroy yourself and don't destroy anything. Don't kill anything. Not just physical in the human element. Don't kill anything, even down to your dreams.
Hey.
Uh-huh.
But Ibrahim, yes.
Yeah, even like everything that thumbs up and 100% to what sister said, to think about life. People, how can a person take a life? Way back, like back in Africa, when people went hunting, when people had the privilege, I was a privilege to go hunt for their own food,
Mm-hmm.
and there are certain prayers that are done before the life of an animal is taken. Like before you feed the family, there are certain things. Maybe thank the earth and thank life, and thank God for these and all these things. So I'm one, like who believe that the fruits and I think we're killing, poisoning, trying to poison as a collective the mind of the earth. That the kind of food we eat now is not even, it's not the kind of food that really the earth can provide, because we seek for guidance to have an earth that is so rich, a mother that is so allowed to blossom, that we can eat some certain kind of fruit and just be filled. Eat some kind of veggies. These grains are going away. So to really take a life, people wonder why they have generational curse in this community, why nothing works in this community, why this harmony, there's no unity in this community. You know what happens when when a person takes blood and kill people's lives and sacrifice the children of this mother earth on the earth? It's really spiritually crazy to think that out of that unity is going to come out. So we need healing. We need spiritual healing to really. You can't. Like for me personally, I'm afraid to even to think about it. I'm afraid, like, because it's so like it's so sacred. Life is so sacred. We're trying to understand life, and something that I cannot create. The whole universe and the whole people, like in life, the whole system as is. They're trying to create life. Cannot create life. Not even a strand of hair on the head. Not even a fingernail that grows. So a person a person must be so numb inside, so empty, and needs blood to feel, to kill. So that's 100% no-go zone. No go. You don't think about it.
Right.
Like, to kill. If the earth was to be like, when the earth is healed, when the earth is healed and in harmony, which we have not experienced over thousands of years. I have seen all the wars. You have seen all the wars on planet Earth. We have seen all the destruction. But we don't even have an idea what a community would be like, or what the planet would be like, if we were so much embracing like life. If life was first, what would that community be like? So we haven't seen that yet. So killing and destroying, nothing works. It doesn't. Nothing will work. There's depression, anxiety, disease, and all these things. And that's why I think, for me, thou shalt not kill is a very straightforward thing. Even you just have common sense. Take God. If you want to forget God, but thou shalt not kill. You just get it.
Yeah. Like
it's very straightforward. Yeah.
And it's all right. I'm gonna have I'm not sure if it's considered a different perspective. I'm gonna just tell you guys what comes to me when I when I read it. So when I read "Thou shalt not kill," my interpretation of it is one, understanding that we can't die. Right? It's like it's understanding that. And I guess just to give you, I have to give you like some context in terms of when I interpret these things, when I read these things, it's hard for me to take it at face value, because I'm always looking at kind of the behind it, in front of it, on the sides of it. And I'm like, okay, it's like, what are we really trying to get across to the people? And what is the ultimate truth? The truth is that we actually, like, we can't die. Our spirits continue to live on. If we are putting something that says do not kill, there's right away that puts a person in the mindset that it's like you are clinging to your life experience on a different level because you feel like once you feel that you can die. You feel like, oh my God, I don't want to be killed. Because if I and I don't want to kill anybody else because I don't want to create an end here to myself or to an individual. But I do feel that there's more to it because life is ongoing. Like we do not have an end. Like so it is it is to kind of the code that thou shalt not kill to understanding that thou cannot die. Like it's like life is continuing and life is continuous and it's to appreciate what life is, appreciate that life is ongoing. Our physical experience, we might transcend from it, but we never die. And so it's like you can't kill another individual. We're all co-creators. There's you might actually have a role to play in a particular individual's life. I'm not saying that when a person goes out and takes another person from this existing life experience is something right. I'm just saying that there's co-creators, so everybody's kind of playing a role in this. So there's
Yeah.
level to it. It's really profound. So it is, yes, thou shalt not kill, but it's to understand also that thou cannot die.
Yes.
So that's how I interpret it.
See, every time I speak, I always speak from a spiritual perspective, saying I speak, it's always spirit. To add to what you're saying, the only reason that we are here, the purpose we're here, is to go home, to remember who we are, and to go home.
Yep, to level. I see it as to level up too.
Yes, that to go home means to ascend to whatever that is to move. It's this journey where we are here right now. What we're talking about right now is a remembrance. It's based on remembering who we are. This whole life, this life that we're here, whatever experience, so we are consciousness going through an experience, right? And the reason why consciousness goes through an experience is to remember, to understand, to go through experience, to like the things you're saying right now, to ask questions and do something do that. This is all remembrance. So to remember that I am in spirit a king, the son of a king. That's to not just remember it, but to own it, to grab it, to have it, to walk it, to talk it, to feel it, to see it, to breathe it. Like this. So by hindering somebody's journey is to prevent them not to get home.
Right. That's how you're killing them. Right.
Yes, and that is against the whole blueprint of God, because the whole setup here is you're going through this experience so you can become who you are. You can create miracles here on earth and come back home, go into the world and spread the message of God. Let them see you as the image of God, do all these things, and then come home, ascend as victorious, as who you are. So to stop somebody's life is a big slaying somebody's life for there's as last time I said about going underneath the earth, from my perspective, draining blood and putting that blood in a vehicle that is dead, and then that vehicle gets life. So most of these things that people do without realizing or realizing, they're sacrifices. They are spiritual sacrifices that before anything, when something good wants to happen, some things happen and blood are shared, and they use to change the psychic of people. You see, psychic change. So it's a really big thing that's going on, deep and profound, like you said. So yeah, love is the way. All
right, I like it. All right. So now, commandment number 7. Okay. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Oh, can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I add something before we go forward, please?
Of course.
Of course.
I was saying that for a few minutes. I was like, okay, I don't think they can hear me. I'm just gonna have to.
I definitely hear the introduction.
So I want to read number 6.
Right. Yes.
So fix yourself before you try to fix anyone else. In order for us to not destroy, not kill, not do all of these things, you must focus on taking care of you first. Then you won't even put that out there. Because happy people don't cheat, happy people don't lie, happy people don't kill, happy people don't do things. They just try to make other people happy.
Yeah.
So if you just fix you first, then you'll take the weapon out of your hand, because look at this right here. This is the weapon right here. Remember, as I point one finger towards you, one goes up into the universe and the other 3 does what? Comes to you.
Yeah.
Before I shoot at you, before I try to kill you, I got to look at myself.
Nice.
Hence the song, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No, like Michael. Yeah, look at the man in the mirror. Yeah.
I love it. Well, you guys know Michael's a prophet. He was here doing all that
Hey,
stuff.
Michael.
Hey,
Wow, wow, wow.
hey,
But
Yeah,
they finally cleared his name. I'm very grateful that they.
yeah. I'm hearing
they
that.
can. But like, know that if they've persecuted me, they will also persecute you.
Yep.
Eh? Michael was trying to be smeared. Like, Michael, all his songs, wow. Michael was on a different level, like Mali in its own way. Like, So anybody who comes up like that, because what he was doing is presenting a way of living and pioneering a way of living and to change status quo, to reverse mentality to oneself, to love, to like, it doesn't matter if you're black or white and this kind of stuff. He was talking like that. But yeah, but look at what he went through. So look at what he went through in his life. Like he was kind of alone because nobody really truly, even his own family did not get him, They didn't get him like where he was coming from. So that's what happens. But lucky enough, we have each other right now.
Hey, amen to that.
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right. Next, so we'll dive into the next one now, which is thou shalt not commit adultery. And all right, I'll put up on the screen for a second. So commandment number 7, thou shalt not commit adultery. And I find it very interesting that this is in the commandments, but let's talk about it.
It is in the commandments, which
Okay.
I thought was very powerful. And I'll read number 7 real quick. It says, "Don't be messy if you're not willing to clean up." So, in the element of adultery, a lot of the times we end up looking at what someone else has in the name of, I want that, right? Now, everybody has come here and was given everything. We didn't have to come here and strive for it, fight for it, or anything. But when you look at someone else's stuff, when you look at someone else's partner and lust for that partner, when I know that I've created exactly yours for you, I've created your partner for you. Everybody come here with a little doppelganger. We all got our partner already set up for us. Now, when I have my wife, and you're looking at my wife or you're looking at my husband and you're lusting after mine, first of all, you're breaking the top commandments already. Like, you already start breaking them from one. You understand? So by the time now you get to the point where you're wanting to take what's mine, because adultery is not just, to me, just cheating. It's also knowing that this is mine. So it's like a parent that ends up investing all that kid's money. They don't consider it stealing in some ways because you're my child. But you have now put this thing over me. So it's like you cheated on me or you cheated me. You see what I'm saying? So I don't only just look at it in the physical aspect, because what's his name? David Banner said something very powerful. He said a friend of his had told him, "I would never trust a man that would ever cheat on his wife, because if he could look at the thing that's closest to him, that he sleeps with, that he's supposed to honor, that he's supposed to give his all, that he made a pledge unto God with, and he could betray that, who the hell are you?" I ended right there.
Nah, that's facts. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. All right, brother Ibrahim,
That's nice.
let me hear your perspective on it.
Yeah, you see, like thou shalt not commit adultery. Everything falls back to the fact again. Everything falls back to the great I am, and the journey to oneself, to knowing oneself. See, the true gift, the children of God, they've come here. Those who have children of God, Mother Earth, we all have gifts, spiritual gifts that we've come into the earth with. So, like, I'm sharing mine with you right now. You're sharing yours with me, and Sister Taj is sharing the spiritual gift. We might not understand the energy exchange that's going on, but it's for good. It's a spice that I take into my own personal life, and I become a better person in many ways. So there's people are looking just for present, like what we call present cadeau, just to give to people like that, But everybody has a gift to exchange. So when a person who journeys himself and realizes who they are understands this. So when you meet people, you can tell this person, I don't know why we met, but we met because I'm patient and I know myself and I know what it took to become who I am. I know that you come into my life as a gift because, and then I'm going to journey this journey with you to know, like, to experience our gifts together as we grow. See, from the perspective of a woman and a man, uh, um, uh, a woman and a man, the gift, we should be careful. A person who has journeyed to realize themselves in spirit is very hesitant to merge with somebody else. You know, very, very, that's the deepest root. You have the hesitance. So it doesn't matter how they say, how is it possible? No, when you have spirit, you know what you have seen, you know who you are, and you know what can be tarnished if you merge with the wrong person. So it is important to wait. The first journey of any person, boy or girl, is to journey to teach the parent to children to learn to grow, to be full grown in spirit, so they can better understand compatibility in spirit as they go outside. No, it doesn't matter how they wear the best clothes or whatever. That's not the point. Spirit, because when a man and a woman, they come together and they identify, they fall in love with each other in spirit. You know, not just in flesh. Like they fall under one union in spirit.
Right.
There's nothing in this earth that can shake them apart, and there's no woman or no man outside that can break such a relationship, because they both complement each other, and because they came together, they see growth because they are union together. So a man, like, I speak for myself. So I see the lady I'm with, I see the spirit that she possesses. So I love that spirit, and that spirit will never get old. So when people get old, say, how have they been together for 40 years? They are in love in spirit, So it doesn't matter. This spiritual thing is everlasting. When you love spirit, then you see the person as a new child every day when you see the person. Because, yes, every day when they wake up, it's the joy that she brought to my life. It's the joy that he brought to my life. I was okay when I was alone, but I could not produce something like this. And then she came into my life, and that which I was missing now came into life. So because of her, I'm able to do this. That is her gift to me. It's a gift, for eternal gift. So I will nourish that gift for the rest of my life in spirit. So when the wife is sleeping, you go to her feet. Oh God, thank you for this. Thank you for this. She doesn't even know. She's sleeping.
Yeah.
Thank you for this gift you have given to me. Oh, thank you. You love me so much. You gave me this. If a man is able, I speak from a man's perspective, to develop himself to a point where he finds and able to get the woman of his life. Oh my God. You pray on it every night when the person is sleeping. You pray on it every night, and love the person, laugh for the person, and have conversation with the person when they're even sleeping. Wherever you are sleeping right now, I'm there with you. We're dancing together. I'm loving you. We are progressing. So it's an everlasting love. And I believe that this love can transcend this physical reality. When union in spirit, it transcends this whole reality as we see it. So you guys will continue. I will continue in the next realm with my partner. This time, forever. That's how I see it. Spiritual union is extremely powerful.
Hey,
Yes.
man, that is deep. And it speaks to where I am coming from with it. It is very much, as Sister Taj was saying as well, like I do feel that when it's talking about not committing adultery, it is beyond the physical. Like there's the physical component, yes. But I do feel that we have certain spiritual connections in line, already kind of set us. I don't want to say predestined, because life, you can change, you could manipulate it and change it, but I do feel that like we have partners out there who are vibrationally set up for us. I could speak a lot from my own life experience. For sure, my wife and I, there was something divine that brought us together, because it's like it seems like it was inevitable. No matter what we would have done, it seems like eventually we would have got here, just based off of our family relationships, things that happen. Like, so we're talking a couple generations was preparing for our union now. So on a physical, I understand that, and I respect it on a spiritual. I also feel it does have have to do with fornication. I think there's a particular energy that's exchanged between individuals when we have intercourse, and I think there is a certain aspect of that in this as well. When it's talking about not being adulterous, I think it is also for us to be mindful of the amount of sexual relationships and encounters that we have, because there's a certain energy that we're exchanging with other individuals. So I think there's another level to it there. And sorry guys if I'm going too deep with it, but it's just when I read it, like I get all these things. I look at it and I'm like, wow, I'm like adultery, and that's why I said I find it fitting that it's here, because when looking at it at face value, you would just assume it's like just don't cheat on your wife, but there's levels to that, because if I'm growing up in a more African structure, an African culture where I have many wives, then what does that mean for me versus a North American perspective, right? So it has to be deeper than just having more than one woman, so to speak. I feel that there's deeper levels to this when it says don't be adulterous. So I do feel there's a level of don't covet on another person's what they have, because that is for them. But I do also feel there's a level of understanding on a spiritual level that you do have a particular connection. It's not to be fornicating and like being all over the place with your energy. So that's
don't be reckless. A person should be reckless, because the question to ask is like, imagine on a spiritual level, like, coming from Africa, like, with knowledge that and I have, thank God, is you have to ask a question like, okay, that guy, who is this guy, a lady, who's this guy I'm going to sleep with? What does he do? Who has he been with? How does he make a living? And who is his father? Like, what have they done? What energies flow through this person? Exactly. Am I willing to open up to allow this to come into my energetic force field? Yes. Even just the power. There's an exchange, generational exchange that is done through this process of sexual intercourse. So people, before we come, like, you have to say, okay, a person has to cleanse themselves spiritually, man, cleanse themselves spiritually, woman, block everything out, start anew, and come together and, like, harness themselves with. It's a lot. So yes, you're right. The greatest exchange is done in spirit energy, and that's the true sexual intercourse. That's where energies are drained from, or things are deposited into the energy realm, energetic realm. It's very dangerous. Yes.
Yeah, and basically, don't be messy if you're not willing to clean up.
Yeah, and now, like, and if you've cleaned up, as a person who has cleaned up many times, becomes now has understanding, and now you now begin to organize things inside the house, so you don't have to clean up all the time.
Exactly. Now you keep that. You know what I'm saying, for those guys who don't know how to just get it together. When you allow yourself to get your house together, then you don't have to worry about cleaning up all the time.
Exactly. So it's one time forever, eternity. So, and you protect it, protect it. Yes.
Next point. All right, we are now at commandment number 8. Sasha, we're at you shall not steal.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's, again, you can look at it at face value and be like, yeah, just don't take other people's stuff, but I feel there's another level to it.
Definitely more to it than that. Number 8 for me is, if you can't love yourself, don't expect anyone else to.
Okay.
So I tied the energy of loving yourself to stealing. Because a lot of the times you rob yourself. Nobody has to come and tell you no. You tell yourself no before anybody else does. You are the dream killer before anybody else even knew the dream.
Yeah.
And so when you love yourself and you give yourself that opportunity, and you give yourself just a chance, and you let the ideas flow, and you let that energy within you actually flow to its ultimate level without robbing it, without saying, oh, well, you're not tall enough, you're not smart enough, you're not good enough. Remember, those coming right back to that I am. Now you start robbing you start stealing from you start basically destroying who you are. What are you going to do unto me? And so, that don't take what's mine. because you're lacking in yours.
Mhm.
Because when you are stealing, like I, I have, I got a T-shirt out. I got a T-shirt that says, "If you could think of ways to rob me, then you could think of ways to make money." Because that's an idea. So you have to play out this whole plan. Give this thing like the amount of energy you putting in to think about robbing me. I mean, bro, you could be a CEO. I'm gonna put down with them kind of ideas. You see what I'm saying? And so instead of looking out to the world and thinking one that it owes you something, because it don't. Everybody came here, same breath. You get the same breath I do. You understand what I'm saying? So we all have the same opportunities. And what are you going to do with it? And don't look at my breath and think that my breath is better than yours. Don't think that I'm breathing better air than you. And don't come to try to take my little oxygen tank because you got your own. If you just turned around and pay attention, you will see that you have everything that you think that you coming to take from me.
No,
Uh,
we're in line.
uh,
We're in
uh.
line. Go, go,
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
brother.
Yeah, thou shalt not steal. Like, be careful, be aware of those who steal in spirit, So, people, again, people steal talents, people steal energy, like because of emptiness. And I believe that these people who steal people's innocence and essence or manipulate people to take what is not theirs, they are empty and something is they've tapped or they are consciously linked up to something, that entity that I don't understand, that just needs this energy and to sap energy. The planet as is, I would say up to today, the whole empires have been built on stealing.
Mm.
Like empires have been built on stealing. So, and you don't think that people who just travel into a country and kill 1 million children, and then they own the oil in the place, and now they have industry on this oil. The 1 million children that were killed, this is sacrifice. Before you can assess, they have to. It's a sacrifice. So they're still, and it's all about energy grab these days. Energy grab in the spiritual realm, in all of it is all about energy. Thou shalt not steal. It's in spirit. So I look at it like, again, falls back to being one with God and knowing oneself. And to steal means a person is disconnected, truly disconnected. So that would be the option, just to continue, and it's an ongoing process. So they have to kill, they have to steal, they have to go destroy and to get there. So yeah, you can. So for us that are connected, we are always like resourceful. We're always like filled up with ideas. Where we don't have to kill somebody or steal somebody. It's just every day, and we take it for granted sometimes. Just pick up your pen and you're able to write. You go to sleep, you see some vision. You like all these things, like is resourcefulness. So to steal is most dangerous. We watch out for people who come in spirit, the night thief, we call them, that come in spirit and they manipulate people and want to steal destinies, want to steal energies, my God, it's a lot going on. So yeah, one has to fortify themselves with the spirit of God, Yes.
Yo, we are very much in line across the board on this one. Because when I interpret "thou shalt not steal," what comes to me is like, who would be a thief? Who would steal? A person that feels that they don't have. A
Mhm.
person that feels void. So it's like, as soon as you're in that position where you could actually you have accepted in your mind, in your spirit, that you do not have, and you have to take from other people. It's like that. So that's why the commandment is "thou shalt not steal," but it's like "thou shalt not steal" because you do not have to steal. Like, you have everything that you need and everything that you're going to want. And if you have gotten so far, if you're so far gone that you feel you need to take from another God on this planet, another individual, another entity, because you don't have, it's like you're killing yourself, like, without realizing. It's like because you have accepted, you've gone as far, you've gone past the mental envisioning yourself with having nothing, but you now have physically acting out what it means to have nothing by trying to take from somebody else. So it's very profound, but we're all saying the same thing. It's like, from when you inside you accept that you don't have anything, you are empty, you're void, you might as well be dead, so to speak. That's what brings that person to go and steal from another individual. So it's like, thou shall not steal, because you do not have to steal. You can manifest and you could create whatever you want. You do not have to take it from anybody else. All right, we're in line.
Yep.
All right, we have two more. Two more commandments. I think we'll be able to get through them before we wrap. Let me share my screen again. This has been fun. Okay, sure. Number 9, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. I find this is so like, it's interesting that this would be a commandment though, you know? Like, it's like in the 10, yo, don't like, it's like, anyways, we'll do our turn. We'll do our table. Okay, go ahead. This is Tasha.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited. A lot of stuff just waved right in when you said what you just said right there.
Okay.
So then, if you start to think about 10 Commandments itself, the betrayal of the people,
Yeah.
and then you start to think about Judah and the disciples, and if you don't train yourself, if you don't get yourself in order, you will lie to yourself. And once you lie to yourself, you have now in turn, you're gonna lie to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you are able to bear false witness against yourself, you have already started to bear false witness against everyone, because you are now looking through eyes that are no longer in a proper realm. So my 9 comes in and says heaven and hell is a mindset. Don't blame others for your shitty thinking.
Mm.
You understand? And so when we get to the point of not hearing what that voice is saying, not connecting to it, telling ourselves that we're not good enough. Like, there's so many lies that we tell. There's so many false witnesses that we give. But here's the thing, that false witness doesn't just stay with you. Once you start to lie about you, you are lying about me instantly. You understand? So when you start to build that false witness, it's like you're sitting up there and you're the judge, you're the jury, you're the defendant, you're the accused, you're everything sitting there, and you literally are playing out your own judgments, because now that thing that you might have lied to yourself about, let's say you told yourself you weren't tall enough, per se, or you didn't have enough money. When you start to judge yourself by that, now you're going to be judging me by that. So I might give you $5 and be like, oh, so what you think I'm broke? And you're moving with the world from that lie that you've already told.
Mm.
Lie is going to expound itself into every single area. And when you start to reignite the truth back into yourself again, that you are loved, that you are heard, that you are perfectly made, when you start to get that heaven back into your mind and you get yourself out of hell, then false witness won't even come up, because you ain't lying to yourself, so you're not going to lie to nobody else. You won't be able to bring out a false word out of your mouth, because you already know that you bringing that falsehood out of your mouth is creating. So now you watch your words. Now you're very attentive. So that false witness starts with you first, and then it expands from there.
Mm.
That's what I took from it, from the moment I heard it, even as, because I watched
Yes.
a lot of people lie when I was a kid. One of the things me as a child growing up, and a lot of my abuse, in a sense, were people lying. Like this scar on my face right here, my sister was blamed for this scar, but it was an adult that did it. You understand? Mm-hmm. So, like for me, I watched from young, like, you know that Transformer that has all the faces and he just keeps switching the faces? I literally was watching that from a child. Mm-hmm. So I saw that someone can lie right in your face and be so genuine and so that you have to go with the soul and see what's honest from there.
Mm.
That's amazing. When the sun rises in the morning, all it has, or she has, in spirit is shining. That's all. Imagine the brain, just like the sun, and all the brain knows to do is just shining. All the cells in the head is shining. The sun in itself does not understand, like, cannot be darkness because the sun, all it does is shine. What am I trying to say? The concept of bearing false witness should not even exist in the head of our children. It shouldn't be, there should be like that I know we all have to heal, but on a real, the concept to think that, like, the word, there should not be a language in the heads of the children or us that a person can bear false witness in a society that is healed, holistically healed. The idea of bearing false witness does not exist because nobody knows about it. It's not an action that is done in the city. So everybody's just a person who is healed can never a child of the light can never bear false witness. It doesn't exist in the mind. It's not even a concept like, okay, I'm working, I'm sorry, so I'm going to bear false witness. It doesn't exist. That's being healed. I don't think about that. You think about every other thing, creativity and how to move on, how to make this work, how to do this stuff. To go bear false witness or somebody, to create that idea and to, man, that's deep. So if anybody is doing that, we should clear our mind as a collective. That bearing false witness should not even be a thought in the head. So as everything else. When we're thinking, when we are healed, we don't think like that. The mind was not given to think like that. That's why Jesus Christ said, if you take it in thoughts, you've sinned already because a person is being constructive in a very deadly, using energy in a very deadly way. Lack of knowledge. We're not supposed to have thoughts like stealing and stuff like that in our head. We should have other better things like creativity, writing a book, doing stuff like this. These are the things you bring in the head.
Yeah.
Taking care of children on the street. This is just how it is. It's good to know that we exist in a world that we have these things, but on a real state, we don't have to have these thoughts in our head. It's not. Yes.
So when I and thank you for sharing that, brother. When I look at thou shalt not bear false witness, my first reaction was to double check all the other commandments, right? And to see so there's no commandment that really just tells us to be honest, right? Except this one, right? This one says just be honest, right? Like it's like I look at it and I'm like because that's why I'm like, yo, that's a lot. You're saying a lot right there. But at the root, what I get is be honest, be to your word. Like don't use the power of your tongue against your brother or against yourself. Like do not be dishonest. Like be to your word, and that is it's powerful, right? But it's brought to you on different levels, but because for us to not have no other commandment that just tells us to be of our word. Like be honest, like just make sure that you're honest. Like that to me, that's what is being interpreted here. Yes, they're framing it in like to not use your tongue against your neighbor. But again, like there's figurative ways and of looking at that. Again, like because me and you, in terms of my neighbor, we are one person, we're one entity. Like so we are like so it's like I'm looking at it like let me not curse myself by speaking things that are not true.
Remember, you put that finger, 3 is coming back at you.
That's exactly it. So that's really it. So that's how it breaks down. So the last commandment, last but very far from least, thou shalt hold on.
And hold on, before you go into that,
yes.
God, it's just like, okay, get it out.
Please.
Whether you're telling a lie or you're telling the truth, you're gonna get that. Whether you lying because if you're using your I am and you're putting broke on it, you're gonna get that. Switch on it, you're gonna get that. So don't lie at all, because no matter what, you're gonna get that.
You're gonna create it.
Just tell me what you really want. Play no games.
Well said. Well said. I like that. Okay. Hold on. Let's pull it back up again. Sorry, I got back to my shared screen. So the last commandment. Where did I just put it? Hold on. There it is. Are you guys seeing it? You shall not covet. You shall not covet.
Correct. Yeah.
Now, and I need to pull up, what is the definition of covet again?
take to possess somebody else's thing?
Yearn to possess or to
acquire?
have something of others.
Yes.
Don't
Mhm.
envy people. Ding. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, Sister Tajima,
That's
I heard
it.
you.
So repeat it. Repeat the definition.
Yo, so to yearn or possess to have something. So yearn, like thou shalt not covet. Is
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, mine is a little bit more straightforward. Don't be jealous of what someone has.
yeah, that's what it is. That's what we're saying.
Yourself, so shall you be. So think better, and you'll get better.
Mm,
And so when you looking at and you know, if you were to focus on all the commandments before you get down to this last one, that last one really is like the first one.
mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the chakras in a sense.
Yeah.
The chakras really go from the base and goes up, right? It doesn't go from the top and goes down. And so if I'm looking at these commandments and I'm looking at them settling in, then I'm gonna say that if you just start with that base one, just don't look at anything outside of you and be worried about it. Don't look at my house and be like, oh, look at your house. You don't know what I did for this house.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, we can tell by certain files that are coming out. People do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't look at what I have and be envious of it because I created you as a God in flesh. I created him as a God in flesh. I created her as a God in flesh. Why are you worried about anything that they have? If you just sat down and really refocused and took it all the way back and don't look at their stuff, don't commit adultery, don't steal, don't murder, and you start bringing it back to honoring your parents, and you go all the way back down to that one, it's like a loop.
Yeah.
It literally brings you back into a loop. And so if you could just focus on you, loving you, taking care of you, and thinking better and doing better where you're concerned, where your spirit is concerned, then you won't have to look at mine and be lusting about what I got. Because all you'd have to do is open your mouth and command you me. That,
Manifest yours. Amen to that. Amen to that, Brother Ibrahim.
Yes. I seek the game, the point. I seek the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and everything will be added unto me. And that's for everybody. So when in spirit, when we seek first the beauty and the glory of God and loving ourselves, we seek first the kingdom of God. That's the hustle. So to say, it's not a hustle, but that's the game. So when you get that game locked down and every day you rise up as the son, the king, and you seek, whatever time you do, you seek for the kingdom of heaven, because that's a blueprint. That's a blueprint left there. When I am always on that state, the idea of coveting somebody's goods is to destroy that which I'm talking about. So if you see, like, no, the idea does not even exist to go steal somebody's goods. Like, do I know what that person, how the person acquired that property? Do I know if they killed somebody to get that property? Do I know how many bloods have been shared to get that thing? Do I know what troubles they're going through? So I don't know. So I keep it like to everybody, like, seek first the kingdom of God and peace within, and everything else with imaginations and God bless, and everything else will be added onto you. You don't have to convert somebody's goods when you're creative.
Yeah.
You want to collaborate and grow together. That's the way. Learn from each other.
So we're definitely saying the same thing, and it is coming full circle, no pun intended, because
Yeah.
it is really, if you understand what you are and who you are and how you make things happen, you don't have to covet anybody's things. Like, that's really,
Exactly.
we're saying the same thing in different ways, but it's like, once you understand your God, once you understand your creative ability, you understand that like it would naturally be a sin for you to want to lust after somebody else's things or to be envious about what they have, understanding that you can create it for yourself, and also not understanding the trials that they put themselves through to be able to get, or their creative ability. Like they could have just really intended and manifested what they want, but they did it using their own God force, their own energy. So it's just for you to adopt that. Take what you want from other people's experiences, but manifest it for yourself, not physically take it. Just look. There's nothing wrong with looking and being grateful for your brothers and sisters' happiness and be like, "Ooh, I like that. Okay, I would like some of that for myself." And wishing them success, wishing them more happiness for what they have, and being joyful about the fact that you're going to be blessed with it as well, right? But it's a different energy when you look at somebody's things and you envy what they have, and you hate on what they have because one, you don't understand how they have it, and you feel that you don't have it and they have it. That is a different frequency. But when you can look at somebody's things and be like, yo, I'm grateful that life is blessing you for that. I'm excited for your success. Life is going to wreak that onto you as well. So that's why it's like you don't want to covet on a person's things. You want to big them up for what they have. You want to send them love. You want to, what's that expression? Like you cannot be upset at rich people and expect that you are going to become one. Like you can't.
Exactly.
That's just the reality of what the situation is. So it's like you don't want to throw that negative on anybody. You always want it always has to come from a state of love, peace, harmony, and joy for what our fellow brothers and sisters on the planet have, and that's what
Yeah.
will be
Yeah.
reaching out to you.
To throw in one thing, creativity expresses itself. That's the point. All of nature expresses the mountains, the air, the birds. They express themselves. Coveting somebody's goods depresses a person.
No, takes away.
Because it puts a weight, spiritual weight, when you covet. Because the point of this life is to be we're creative people. We have to express. We have all these ideas. We have to express it. So when creativity expresses itself, coveting somebody's goods numbs that and depresses a person. So that's the danger in it. People should be careful. Yeah.
Outside, well, guys. Yeah. We wrapped it in. We pulled it in within our 30 time span.
Yeah.
So as we're getting ready to close, Sister Taja, can you give us your words and your final words and just a reminder on how we can connect with you?
Yes, you guys can reach me on everything. TajaLoveOracle.com is the main source. But you can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, on TikTok, YouTube, and the only one I don't have is X, and that's just because I X'd him out. No,
with reason. Right.
With reason. Before we go, I just wanted to say that we are in a time right now, and we are in a time of major change and shift. And so utilize those commandments, utilize everything, every ounce of knowledge that you have, and work to elevate yourself, work to get yourself out of whatever paradox it is that we're going through. Because we are in an heightened time in our lives. And so we either step into heaven or we step into hell. But we must do that in our own minds. Do not let the world dictate to you who you are. You tell them who you came here to be. I love you guys.
Ashe, Brother Ibrahim.
Yeah, straight up and short. Rise with a purpose, set with praise. Each day, rise with a purpose, and in the evenings, set your life with praise. Like the sun rises to shine and the sun sets with praise. So each day you give thanks for what God has seen, what you've done, and thank God for people in our lives and what we're seeing. So rise with your purpose, and set with praise consistently. Yes, that's my message. Yes.
Give thanks. And for me, my closing words is, we're in an exciting time. We're seeing a lot of things that were hidden is coming to light. We're seeing a lot of contrast on the planet. We're seeing a lot of friction on the planet, and it's the telling signs of the beginning of a new era that we're going into. And I'm grateful for this opportunities that we have just to be able to share and to express and to lift ourselves up and to lift our brothers and sisters up spiritually. And my intention for people, anybody who has an opportunity to take this in, and just for our brothers and sisters out there, is just to understand the power that you have as an individual and to keep the focus on the creation of what you want, especially in these times. Don't let the negative that the quote unquote negative that the medias are portraying and bombarding us with, don't let that be the foundation of your day. Don't let that be the narrative of what's playing in your mind. Let your narrative be what you want it to be. Let your narrative be what you're creating. What is you seeing as the best for yourself? Let that be what you put out. Let that be what you envision and what you focus on and what gives you joy and what gives you peace on a daily basis. And then just let life match your frequency, match your energy. So despite whatever happening all around you, you could be living in a bed of roses. You could be living your best life experience. And that's what I intend for each and every one of you guys. So this has been a fun series on the 10 Commandments. I hope you guys had a good time with us. Next week, let's see where the spirit brings us. So with that, we're sending you love, light, strength. Looking forward to having you guys connect with us next week. You know where to find us. And with that, I'm sending you guys off with love, with blessings, with positive energy, and with peace. Thank you, guys.